Hi, my name is JD, and I'm going to be continuing my series on the math from the article that I wrote or got published about a month ago. And that article is on polynomial and numerical synthetic division with negative digits. And so today we're going to be looking at negative digits. Now, where are we going and what is some of the math in the article? Well, in the previous video, I did an overview of the article. And in the article, it includes what led me to numerical synthetic division. And one topic that helped with that was Vedic division. So we're going to look at that in a little bit in a different video. Then we're going to look at the extended form of polynomial synthetic division, which I did an example of that in the previous video. We're going to look at it again. And then I'm going to do an introduction to numerical synthetic division. But again, in the previous video, I did an example of numerical synthetic division, but we'll look at it again. And then we'll look at some more examples as it pertains to polynomial synthetic division, some interesting examples. So when you think of digits, you think of our base 10 numbering system. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It actually has its origins in India, and typically it's also called Arabic numerals. And the reason for that is because the Arabs brought it over to Europe and other places so that we get our numbering system today. It's also, you can think of it as like a Hindu Indian because it's from India. Now they also had negative digits, and when it comes to, and that's where Vedic mathematics comes from. It comes from India, and it gets its name from the Vedas. So what's a negative digit? Well, it's like our digits, but negative. So you think of a negative 5, for example, they would put like a little bar over it to indicate that it's negative. Now you can take a negative number, say negative 110, and you can put a dash over all of them. And that's another way of saying this is negative 111. Not only is it saying that, but it's also saying that each of these digits are also negative, which is true when you're working with a negative number. Now, what you can do with negative digits is you can convert regular numbers into a mixture of digits of both positive and negative digits. So, for example, let's take this one. So let's take 998 and convert it to mixed digits. So the way that you would do that is you would increase the next number over. So if I have, so we have 988, we would increase it so that it's 10. But now with these in-between digits, what you would do is the difference between that and 9. So this would be 0, this would be negative 1. Now at the ends here, it's going to be a difference of 10. So that would be a negative 2. So we have positive 1,000, negative 12. Now, the reason why this is possible is I can take this and kind of take it apart. So this is 1,000 minus 12, which is the same as 988. Now, the reason why you would do something like this is if you look at 988, those numbers are pretty high and kind of scary. And so what you're doing is you're transforming it into something that's easier to work with, whether it be with the operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. With subtraction, you don't really need it that much, and I might show that in a different video. But with other operations, it's helpful. It makes it easier. Now let's look at another example. This one is negative, but you're going to do the same exact thing. So if I take 789 and I'm going to make that all negative, and you can make that either a solid line or just dash lines, like a whole dash line. So change this. This would actually go up negatively, right? So negative 1000. Now, in between, it's going to be the same thing, and you're going to switch the sign. So this would be a difference of 9, which is 2, difference of 9, which is 1, and then difference of 10, which is 1. So we have negative 1000, positive 211. Now, again, you can check this on your calculator and how it works. Take negative 1000 and then add 211, and you'll get negative 789. Now let's look at the opposite. So let's take a number that has mixed digits, and then now let's convert it back to either a positive number or a negative number. Now, you don't necessarily have to be told what it is or what you need to convert it into, because if you look at the leading digit, if it's positive, then you know it's going to be converted into a positive number. If it's a leading negative, then you know it's going to be a negative number. Now, what's going to happen with these is it's going to decrease. So this will decrease. This 10 hundredths place will decrease. So that'll decrease by 1, which is 9. And then in between, it's going to be the same as before, where you take the difference and you switch the sign. So negative 1 or 1, the difference between that and 9 is 8. And then with that last digit in that ones place, which is negative 2, take the difference of that 2 and 10, which is 8, and switch the sign. So switch it back would be 988. Now let's look at this number right here. You can see that the leading digit is negative. So that means that this is going to be a negative number. So that will decrease as well in going the opposite direction. So it would be 0. And then take the difference. So the difference between 2 and 9 is 7. So always in between, the differences are 9, and at the ends, it's a difference of 10, and switching the signs. So that would be a negative 7. That would be a negative 8, and then negative 9. So see how they're all negative? That would be the same as negative 789. Thank you for watching this video. I'm going to put the link to the article below as well as the resources, and in the next video we will look at Vedic division.